The pain of our past persists to this day. In Kentucky, like many states throughout the South, lynching was a tool of terror. It was used to kill hopes for freedom. It was used to kill my ancestors. Now, in a historic victory for our Commonwealth, I have become the first Black Kentuckian to receive the Democratic nomination for U.S. Senate. My opponent, the very person who compared expanded health care to slavery. The person who said he would have opposed the Civil Rights Act. The person who single-handedly blocked an anti-lynching act from being federal law. The choice couldn't be clearer. Do we move forward together, or do we let politicians like Rand Paul forever hold us back and drive us apart? In November, we will choose healing. We will choose Kentucky.
Stand up. Sharing, loving, hoping, and working together. Growing, supporting each other through stormy weather. Making leaps and bounds through advocacy. Spreading joy and awareness for all to see. There's no community without you and me. We stand on the shoulders of giants. We build each other up. We expand our networking and resources. We never give up. We stand for what is right. We never go down without a fight. The African proverb says, it takes a village to raise a child. I say, it takes a village to become a community. So community, please stand up. We are waiting.
Two, three, four. I was born by the river in a little tent, and oh, just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. It's been too hard to live it, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause who knows what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming. I know, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. And then I go to my brother, and I say, brother, help me please. And he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Whoa, there been times that I thought, woo, I would last too long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Oh, yes it will. It's gonna change. It's gonna change. Oh, yes it will.
Our partners at BetOnline continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your man, Lloyd Spencer. Find all of the latest odds, news, and sports development, including this year's NBA championship, the NHL conference finals, Major League Baseball, and the latest fighting news, and even next season's early NFL futures, all at BetOnline. Here's what you got to do. Head to the website or use your mobile device and sign up today to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE, B-L-E-A-V, to get the bonus and get into action. It's BetOnline. It's BetOnline.ag. It's where the game starts. And all you got to do is tell them the noise makers.
Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Yeah.
Can I make you move now? Yes, I can. So you can get this move in the back of a can. I can make it round the world when it holds in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. It's a popcorn world. It's a popcorn world.
What's that saying? Breaking down the road and smiling down. Speaking for the people who must go around. Taking truth to power. The whisper and the shout. We're talking noise. Oh yeah. Talking noise. Hey yeah. Say it again. Say we're talking noise. Yeah. Talking noise. Really don't have to fool around. Never noise keeps us lined up. When truth divine. The sign that you need is a sign of success. We're talking noise. Oh yeah. Talking noise. Yeah. Picking up all the sand. We're talking noise. Yeah, yeah. Talking noise. Say it again. We're talking noise.
Welcome to Talkin NOIZ, the daily podcast that brings you up to speed and keeps you informed about real issues affecting real people. With your host, Mr. Talkin NOIZ himself, Lloyd Spence. His beautiful wife, Mrs. Noise, Kenyatta Spence. The ever-informed Brother Noise, Alan Brown. And yours cordially, Uncle Noise, Shake Anderson. Come on in and join us as we reveal and opine today's most pressing issues. Real truth while having real fun. Talkin NOIZ is in your house right now. So sit back and enjoy Talkin NOIZ.
Come on.
Yeah.
it's ready. Gonna have a good show.
Hey, we lucky we got 'em.
Yeah.
It might be okay to bring your kids. Good evening, everyone. How art thou all? Welcome to Talkin NOIZ. What? What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Just keep on with the psychopath thing, huh?
I'm no psychopath. I'm welcoming the people.
No, sir. You're scaring the people.
Yeah, am I scaring them though?
A little bit.
I don't know if that's true.
Mm.
We'll agree to disagree. I know what should have you scared. Keep opening up my blinds.
Isn't it nice?
No.
Yes, it is.
I don't know your office to do nothing. I
Yes,
leave your office
you
exactly. No, I don't. I leave it exactly. I don't touch your stuff. I
Sir,
don't touch your stuff.
everybody in the Noisemaker family
Hey,
knows when you come upstairs in my
no, they
office,
don't, because I'll be messing with your stuff. I
start
don't mess with your
adjusting the light fixtures and the whole nine.
No, I don't. I try to get your lighting right so that you look beautiful like you already is. You feel what I'm saying? No.
Nice.
No lies at all. No lies told.
Total and complete.
I get your lighting right so you can look, so everybody can see the beauty that I see on a day-to-day basis.
Well, then I just put your
But other
beauty
than
on
that,
there.
but you be coming in opening blinds, moving ish around.
That's because my plants deserve some sunlight.
And take these mother somewhere else. Hey, baby, how you doing? I was messing with stuff. Ooh. Hey, Albie, what's going on, man?
What's up?
Are you back in the signs of greatness tonight? It's all well. I'm speaking codedly, Al. Jeez, read between the lines. It's all well with your services.
I'm at home. I'm using my home services.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were doing some things differently. I got you. I saw the cute picture with you and that young lady. I don't know who that was, but it was adorable.
That's my great niece.
Oh, great niece. Wait a minute.
I have a great niece.
You done moved on to great statuses?
Yeah, I have a great niece, but that's my great niece, the one that graduated from Western.
Oh, okay. Well, she was adorable. Oh, so that was her, an old picture of her.
No, that was the graduation party from the weekend. Hence the 2022 glasses.
You lost me when you said that was a great piece, and then
What?
you said the one that graduated from Western threw me. You threw me. You know what? I'm just gonna move on. We'll deal with this in post. How you feeling, Al?
Today's a rough day, bro. I just
Really?
thought I'd stop in. Yeah, I just thought I'd stop in for a little bit. Say hey.
Okay. Still same stuff. Just
Nah, I didn't put my finger on this on today, but I'm trooping through.
okay. Well, I'm glad you're trooping through. It's always wonderful to see you. And praying for your strength in the Lord, as they say. In these last and evil days. Is that how I'm supposed to say it? Pray your strength in the Lord. Lance or in the evil days. All we're not going to do is defend Mama Noise. That's not what we're doing tonight. Oxygen.
What
Is that oxygenation? What is that? Oxygenation. What is that?
Listen, you need much as you be calling down there, you need all the extra oxygen down there you need.
You know what? I'm gonna need your oxygen here in a minute.
And so you should be nice to my plants, much as you be incense burningly
Listen,
smoking up the whole first floor.
Oh wow. Okay. I need to talk to y'all for a second.
Talk to
y'all.
me and Kenyatta or the plants or
everybody.
I'm
really talking to everybody, but specifically the two of you. White Noise is going to be coming in a minute. I mean, White Organist is going to be coming in a minute.
You just keep calling him White Noise.
I know, because I get the names confused, but it's fine.
And yes, Kevin Imes, you should take
I know, right?
Offense. You should take offense to him. Keep referring to you.
Don't do that. Don't break up a happy home.
Is his name Kevin I. James or is his name Kevin Imes?
It's Kevin Imes. It is Kevin Imes. Yes.
Oh, I'm glad you cleared that up because I didn't know that.
Okay. I need to say this quickly before he gets here.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Hush, Kieta. I'm trying before he gets here. There's a trial separation going on right now. The baby mama moved out overnight. Only because she kind of caught him with somebody else.
Oh my God.
Not with somebody else. He was texting somebody else.
The drummer?
The what? No. He wasn't texting the drummer. He was well, I don't know who he was texting. I don't know the girl he was texting, but he was texting. He says it was just somebody she texted him and he was saying, "Hey, don't text me." But that still looks suspect. Like, you can't be texting people. Like, it was just bad. So, needless to say, White Organist is not in a good place because now his baby mama moved back in with her mama, and she's really upset. Like, I think she keyed his car before she left. So
you learned from Baby D.
Yeah, it was bad. It's bad. So I don't know where. I just want to say if the organ don't sound quite as good as it normally does, that's the reason why. Now he may power through.
How you gonna walk out after the baby shower? I want my gift back.
Well, I can respect what you're saying, Al, but
the question is, what kind of gift did you get? Did you get one from Condom Sense, or did you get from?
I keep bringing that up. He made a mistake. The man made a mistake, Mama Noah.
Listen, the mistake was not supposed to be something that, okay, well, it gets quickly rectified. This mistake has stretched all the way out.
But he didn't catch it in time before all the invitations went out. So it just happens.
Well, he didn't say, you know what, guys, I didn't mean to send it out to Condom Sense and the Liquor Barn.
I don't even think he caught it. Like he was like, you know how you just don't catch stuff.
No, that's not a
Stop bringing it up.
I can assure you I didn't waste my money at Condom Sense because they apparently don't consider using them.
Facts, and they probably don't have a good refund policy.
Y'all leave this man alone. He's trying to.
They probably don't allow you to exchange that.
Mama Noise, he is trying to put the pieces of his life back together. Leave him alone, please.
Tyra wants to know what is going on.
Tyra, we'll catch you up. It's a bad situation, but White Organist, if you don't mind, could you please?
You put his business in the street, then you want to say, if you don't mind.
You sound good. Good job, White Organist. Hello, everybody. Tonight we've learned valuable lessons in our lives of things we should and shouldn't do. Like, we should always hit a race or block when necessary on our phones. Probably shouldn't entertain people unaware of our own circumstances. But tonight we're going to have a good time discussing all the wonderful things here on Talkin Noise. Grab your church fans, grab your Bibles, and your tithing envelopes, and we're going to have a good time tonight. And y'all pray for our organist as he's going through it. Amen. There you go. Thank you, White Organist. Appreciate you, buddy. I know that's you, Mama Noise. I know that's you.
That was not. That was me.
That was you, Al?
I want an apology right now.
Oh, I guess that's a no.
I apologize to your old funky tail.
You know what? Why black people do that?
I
I
don't
said
know.
apologize now to your old funky old raggedy old.
Because we trifling. Black people can be trifling. Well, have you not discovered that yet? We can be trifling. That's just how it is. So, but I apologize, Mama Noise. I should not have accused you of something that you've done millions and millions of times on this show. Today, you are completely
Millions of
times. Thousands, hundreds. Okay, hundreds. I apologize. You are innocent, and you will not be proven guilty. So there you go. Speaking of innocent, not proven guilty. Before we get into the show, because this is Talk That Tuesday. Tara, you don't know who White Organist is? Where you been, girl? That's our organist that opens up the show for us. You sit over there. Okay. Deshaun Watson did a press conference today. I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna say this out loud so everybody can hear. Oh, she Rihanna. And work. Okay. By the way, let us know how the new job's going, Tara. We want to know. Okay. Deshaun Watson did a press conference today in Cleveland. So here's my takeaway from the press conference. Y'all remember in The Wizard of Oz when the final scene before they went behind the curtain and he kept screaming at him, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, for I am the great and powerful Oz.
Mm-hmm.
But he wanted you to believe what you were seeing and not what you thought you were seeing.
Okay.
That's the whole premise of that scene. Believe what you're seeing right in front of you. This great, powerful head floating in the air that is the Oz. Meanwhile, we can see your feet over on the other side over there, underneath the curtain. We can see you. And so that's kind of where we are.
Pay attention to what you can't see. Or what you can't.
So he couldn't talk about the case. They asked him about what about all these people. He said, out of respect for that, I can't talk about it. But what I will say is, I didn't touch anybody. I didn't force anybody to do anything that they didn't want to do. I am innocent. He kept saying that. He even talked about how he and his teammates were bonding and he was really being acclimated to the offense and all of the wonderful things. And he even talked about going out to go to see a movie and his girlfriend and some lovely couple while he was there about he and his girlfriend, popcorn, and a drink. And I sat there watching this press conference, saying to myself, Self, that's what I call
That's
myself.
what you call yourself.
Right.
And Self said, huh?
Self said, huh? And I said, this nigga's crazy.
Well, everybody knows that if somebody you don't know buys you popcorn, then you are a stand-up person. And
Clearly, you don't nobody buys popcorn for a rapist.
Exactly.
What, Mama Noise? That's what he's been doing. Sexual assault, also known as rape.
So I walked in on popcorn and rape. I don't know.
It's a weird combination. I know, Kyrie, but nonetheless, that is indeed what you walked in on.
I'm about to go out and come back in.
I mean,
You're fine. I just don't know what to think about it. Like, but maybe the most important question that they asked him, which I thought was very, very interesting, they said, how do you feel about the damage that you are doing societally?
Society.
Yes, they said the image that you're putting into the community and the damage that you're doing to your teammates and to your fans and societally. The message that you're sending to society. One reporter even asked, wouldn't it be better to just sit this season out and reconcile this situation and then come back and then once it's reconciled, all can be well. Especially if you're innocent. He said, "Well, I met with the NFL. I am innocent, and it's up to them to decide what they want to do from there. But I am innocent. I haven't done anything wrong." So it led me to two schools of thought. Either this nigga's crazy, or he really is innocent, and he's standing on his innocence. And by the way, 24 women or not, if I'm innocent, I'm going to stand on my innocence. Now, you can call me a dirty man. You can call me a whoremonger. You can say I got some sexual problems, whatever you want to call me. But what you can't call me if I didn't do it is a rapist. So I don't know if I'm supposed to be mad at him for standing on principle or. But anyway. You guys got any thoughts on Mr. Watson and his press conference today? Because the man is boldly standing 10 toes down that he has done nothing, I repeat, nothing wrong. And by the way, he has two courts that co-sign this.
Hey, I want to say good evening to everyone. Good evening. Good evening.
Always good to see you, cuz.
In reference to Mr. Watson, is his name?
That is his name.
Well, I'll come to him in just a second. I have to get this other before I forget. I don't understand why White NOIZ,
White organist,
you know what I'm talking about, that white boy.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he had a registry at Condom Sense.
Okay, I've told the story already. I've already told the story. He got the invitation cards mixed up.
Ain't no mix.
And she put a sticky note on one of the cards that said Liquor Barn, Condom Sense, and Lifeway Christian. That was for the bridal shower or the bachelorette party, whatever it was.
The baby shower.
No, not the baby shower. It was the bachelorette party. The other one went on. It was Target and Walmart and places. Babies R Us. He got the sticky notes mixed up. That's how it ended up on the baby shower one. Okay. Why I can't get a man a pass? He made a mistake.
I don't understand why he would need condoms because all he's doing is eating it.
He made a mistake. First of all, I didn't need that image. But then the part was
obviously that's what he's doing.
You don't know it, man.
Okay, but first of all, why are you insulting him like that? He might not. He might be King Long. He might be King Dingley. You don't know.
She left in the middle of the night.
That is not why she left in the middle of the night. She left. First of all,
show her picture. Show her picture.
Okay.
That woman needs.
You always want to see the picture.
That woman needs to. She needs some pipe. She don't want all that old licking all the time.
Are you saying? Wait a minute. Are you trying to insinuate that she stayed? She left because not because he was cheating, because of the quality or the lack of quality of pipe that she was getting? That is inflammatory.
No,
it ain't.
Where's the racist button?
That was racist. Yeah, that really does.
I agree, Mama Noise.
God damn, that was racist.
You can call it what you want.
I mean, because he could be John Holmes. He could be John Holmes.
That credit score ain't nearly as important as that pipe that she needs.
Did you hear what I said?
She needs some pressure put on her.
Jay, he could be John Holmes.
He could be. You don't know. You've never seen what he's working with.
And white people always think the next one is the great white hope. So I mean, come on now, ain't but one.
So you saying all?
So you're saying there's a whole culture full of people that are lacking in this department? Is what you're saying?
He said that's how they feel inside.
There's a run of white brethren that are just out here lacking.
I didn't say that. But
then what are you saying?
But what I do know from my background, the way that boy make that organ walk down that aisle.
Right, he makes the talk now.
He got some little hands.
Damn. Oh damn.
Tara said that's not true.
Why you gotta say he got little hands?
If he can make that organ talk like that and move his foot around on them pedals down there, he got some little feet.
Oh,
The hell?
I can't even reach the pedal.
What you got to do is eventually you got to realize that little hands and little feet equals.
Nope.
You know, I hate I brought this up to y'all today because White Organ don't deserve this. He don't deserve this.
Just tell White Organ.
White Organ is going through his own situation, man. Why you want to kick a man while he's down?
Why did she leave?
She left because he got the text message in the middle of the night.
Yeah, okay.
That's what he told me. Now he could be lying.
There's some white woman out there because they're looking forward to him.
Looking forward to what?
This really has escalated. I mean,
but that sister, she needed something. Apply some pressure to her.
How do y'all know she's not? You don't know that.
Hey, I ain't saying that you don't, but I'm just saying that that credit score helps out buying them Birkin bags.
The credit score helps.
You can look at what she carried behind her. You got to pull up to that with something. You can't pull up to that with nothing.
But you don't know that he's not.
God.
You don't know that he's not.
Oh
You're assuming that he's not. You don't know.
Right. Back to Mr. Watson is the name, right? Is Watson?
Yes. This is actually what we were talking about.
You wanted to know, is he crazy or what now? What was the question?
Well, my thing is the way he handled the press conference, either he's crazy because he's 10 toes down in innocence. In his mind, he is innocent. And maybe not in his mind. Maybe he really is innocent. Because again, as of June 14th, Flag Day at 7:42 Eastern, 6:42 Central, no court of law has found him guilty. No court of law has even indicted him on the charges.
Well, here's the truth. We are all members of society. And we see things happening and we believe that we can get away with it. And
we as black people,
oftentimes, you know, we say we are products of our environment as if our environment is small, but we actually learn in this day and age, we actually learn from each other because of our access to the internet and information in 24 hours. So we're learning a lot, and we don't have to even leave bumfuck Mississippi. But my point is, Donald Trump, y'all president, showed y'all how to lie. And then hold on to that lie until the very end. Do not let go of that lie.
So you think he's lying?
That's all I'm saying.
You think he's lying?
I don't know if he's lying, but I'm telling you, denial works. You go out there and throw yourself on the sword and talk about, I'm sorry, I did, yeah.
But hold on. He has never said that he was sorry. What he said today was, I'm sorry for the confusion that I've caused, and I'm sorry for the way that this has affected my teammates and my team and my family and my fans and this, that, and the other. But he said, I have not done anything wrong.
Listen, did y'all hear about that Wahite preacher that got up in front of the audience, his congregation, and told them he apologized, but 17, 20 years ago, whatever it was, the number was.
Yeah, we talked about it here.
Did we?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
You were here when we did it.
Okay, well, fuck it. I'm sorry. That ninja got out there and called himself coming clean. He gonna throw himself on the mercy of the audience and the congregation. I'm sorry, I did. That didn't work very well for him, did it? Because obviously,
did he go to jail?
Obviously, he didn't tell enough because she and her husband went there and told the rest of it.
Well, hold on. Did he go to jail?
No, well,
he got a standing ovation when he walked off the
stage. He got a standing ovation.
There's probably a limitation on Sexual.
But you missed what we said. He got a standing ovation and he got cheered out of the sanctuary.
No. My point is,
Randy, he's our guy. He molested that girl, but that's okay.
He called himself giving out so much information that never works. Keep your mouth shut. Donald Trump taught us how to do this now, y'all. Keep your mouth shut and don't ever admit to guilt. And that's what Watson is doing.
So you saying he's guilty? You think he's guilty? Or let me say it that way. You think he's guilty?
I didn't say that. I don't know.
I'm asking you. Do you think he's guilty?
He said allegedly nothing.
He's a young man out there having sex. I think he's guilty of that.
Oh, for sure. He hasn't denied. He hasn't denied that he's had sex or had gotten sexual favors from any of these women. Right. What he said was, "I haven't forced anybody to do anything, and I certainly haven't raped anybody."
Well, I mean, forces.
Can I offer another perspective that is in alignment with our wonderful show today, Talk That Tuesday, where we're talking about the double question today is: do we need to fix broken families and cities, or do we need to fix broken systems? Deshaun Watson is an NFL starting quarterback. He was the starting quarterback for the Houston Texans. He is now the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. He makes $230 million. Dare I say, he is a multimillionaire several times over. So in his mind, he is playing on a different field than what we would say the normal black man would play. However, he is still a black man in America.
That's why he's not playing on a different field.
Well, but you missed what I said. I said in his mind, he was playing on a different field. In fact, he was being enabled to play on that field. The Texans, when they found out that he was playing on that field and he was getting special services from some of his masseuses, they put an NDA sheets in his locker and said, "Hey, man, since you're going to get these extra favors, that's not the way to do it. You need to get an NDA and make them sign the NDA, because that's how it's done on this level."
Protecting the asset.
Protecting the asset, because that's what you do when you're on that level. Everybody protects the assets. But then when he said, "I no longer want to play for you," you're no longer our asset.
God damn it. At what level do you guys believe special favors are given to athletes? Is that junior high? I'm sorry.
Not level. Well, you certainly don't get favors like this at junior high and high school.
But favors are given.
High school,
and college. You get them in high school.
Because those are the recruits that are coming in to college. So yeah,
but you're not getting. You think you're getting happy endings in high school?
Hell yeah!
Did you not read the U of L book?
Yeah, that's true.
We're talking about favors.
Do you not watch the documentary on high school and college, the way coaches send females to high school football games?
My wife watches documentaries in this house for everybody, so I don't.
The movie, the program, and all of that. Yeah. Listen,
that's exactly what I was thinking, Sean.
I was with the middle schoolers watching middle school football players get favor. This child went all the way through school and didn't know how to read. How did that happen?
He's an asset.
How did he get all the way to high school and still didn't know how to read? Because they kept giving him a pass because that boy know he could play.
Favors.
He's gifted.
Okay, I'll concede that you guys are correct. That on some level that this happens early.
All of his life, most of his from he been good a long time.
He's been good all his life, I'm sure.
So middle school, high school, for sure, college, pro, it's been going on.
Stuff will disappear. Stuff will happen.
Yeah, they got a whole league called AAU.
He's not the only one.
Facts.
So why? Okay, so but the same system that allowed him to take advantage of these opportunities that afforded you for being a good athlete seems to be the same system that's trying to take him down.
That same system will turn on you.
Well, but the conflict is the system is tied into the situation.
Well, the system's not trying to take him down. The system is still helping him out. The system is still doing what they can to protect that $200 million they're paying him is worth $1.5 billion. They're going to protect that asset. Now, the Houston Texans are pissed off because he wanted to leave, but the NFL and the rest of the teams are like, hey, he's still worth 1.5.
Right.
Somebody can take him for 1.5 and sweep it on the rug. He just happened to go to not the team that's going to sweep it on the rug for 1.5 billion because they're not making 1.5 billion. This depends on what team he was going to go to. Now, I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm not saying that he's innocent. Until a court of law locks his ass up and puts him in jail, I don't have an opinion.
Is there a validity in the fact that there are systems that are in place that we are all participating in that are at the core of many, if not all, of the problems of our community?
That's a deep question.
One more time.
There are systems that are in place, that are designed for whatever they're designed to do. Some of them are designed to. I'll say it this way. I ain't gonna say I lost a friend, but that friendship was severely damaged in the pandemic around the George Floyd time. When a friend called me and said to me, "How why are y'all so upset and this, that, and the other? And don't y'all have enough issues and this, that, and the other? Like with y'all focusing on the George Floyd thing when you should be focusing on the drugs in your community and the poverty and this, that, and the other." I said, you are 1,000% correct. I said, the challenge that I'm having with that is that in order to focus on the drug problem in my community, I have to go to the source of where the drugs are coming, being brought in at. And that ain't from my community.
Well,
yeah. He answers his own question. It's being brought into your community.
Right. You're right. We need
made in my community.
Right. Well, you're absolutely right. We need to figure out how to get the drugs and the guns out of my community. But in order to do that, we got to go to the source of how the drugs keep coming in my community.
You know,
a lot of people do that just to change the narrative to get you off of that situation. It's what a lot of people do. It's just a bait and switch.
No, I agree with that, but I want to look deeper into the fact that we're saying we got to fix broken families and we got to fix broken this and broken that, and there's systems that are in place that are constantly making it very challenging for some of our families to get up the hill.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out one thing. The drugs that you're talking about that keeps getting brought into our communities, yes?
Mm-hmm.
You know, in more affluent areas, it's called recreational drugs. And they have these incredible, expensive facilities that's supposed to help people get off of drugs or wean off of drugs.
Right, because it's a
pandemic in the.
It's a health issue. It's a mental. It's a sickness.
Right.
Right.
But the communities, the Black community, where I don't know if it ain't called recreational, but it's drugs. Aren't they the same thing?
They're the same thing. One just has a jail sentence and the other one has a rehab sentence.
It's interesting because my pastor preached about this. He talked about the difference between the crack epidemic, where we were getting arrested at a high clip, and the meth epidemic, where people are being sent to rehab centers.
Mm-hmm. I mean, listen. And then methadone to try to get them. I don't know. I don't want to get into the
specifics of. I don't know the specifics of what gets them off. I want to talk about the system itself, because it's always been a sickness. It was a sickness when we was doing crack. People weren't just turning to crack because they had nothing better to do.
Because he couldn't afford heroin?
No, because that's what because that's what you do when you have a mental health issue, or when you have depression, or when you feel downtrodden, you beat down, you try to medicate with the closest thing to you.
Mm.
You also got to think, Mama knows crack was cheap.
Very cheap. Which is also part of the design.
Part of the design. But like we always say, follow the money. Jails make money off of all the crackheads that come into the jail system. Jails make money out of all the crime that happens in that community. So you lock up 400 people, the jail system makes couple $1 million off those 400 people that you got sitting in the prison. They get out, they get right back on the drugs again. Where do they go? Right back after that.
By the way, I'm not giving us a pass, because we do have a responsibility individually to deal with whatever it is we're going through. We do. We have a responsibility. But I'm also saying something is wrong with the system where the strong can't bear the infirmities of the weak. And that's what it feels like. It feels like the systems are so deep in place across multiple levels that it makes it hard for us to fix our community, our culture, to grab a hold of our identity once again. And why us? Why Black people? Why is it that our system is so blatantly broken, more so than others? Because you don't see that attack in the Asian community, or that, I said attack, maybe that's aggressive.
Jewish community?
Well, what I mean by attack is you don't see that targeting in the Asian community, in the Jewish community, you see it in Blacks and poor whites.
Lord, do you believe it's because our culture's trash?
I don't believe our culture's trash. And by the way, that voice you're hearing is the man with the crispiest beard on the planet, Tim Ingles.
What's up, Tim?
Black folks, how we doing, baby? How we doing?
Yeah, I don't think our culture's trash. I don't think that. I just don't know how we convince everybody else of that. I just saw a performance from Summer Jam. You know, Summer Jam, the big massive concert festival type thing in New York every year, by the radio station Hot 97. There was a performer by the name of Dream Doll. She's a rapper. She recreated the famous Lil' Kim dress. Y'all remember the Lil' Kim dress where the one titty was out when she was on MTV and she had the pasty on it?
Was it Diana Ross?
Diana Ross was on stage playing with it.
Yeah.
She recreated that dress for the concert. And the news article said that the look was iconic, which it was. It was.
And
I don't know if it was iconic positively, but it was definitely iconic. But to Tim's point, that's who we think we are.
That's who they want us to be. Society doesn't give a damn about our community. If so, they wouldn't be putting Narcan vending machines in our community.
Put what? Say that again.
Narcan vending machines in our communities. There's 2 already in southern Indiana.
What is Narcan? What is that?
Narcan is the one that the drug that you administer when you OD.
For overdoses.
Yep.
So now you can go to the vending machine and get as many Narcan doses as you think you may need. So what does that say?
It's all free.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dope up, drug up, OD. Take your chance. Here, administer this Narcan on yourself.
But can I be honest? It doesn't bother me. This is going to sound really bad. Black people, I apologize in advance. It doesn't bother me that other people don't value us. It bothers me that we don't value us.
Oh, exactly. And I think that's what Tim was saying when he was asking, is it because our community's trash? So,
So is it broken people or is it broken systems?
No, I don't think it's the system. I just think it's us.
Yeah, the system's not favorable.
The system's the system. I mean, it could work for us if we know how to work it. You know what I'm saying? But I just think it's we accept bullshit. Shit that we know is wrong and is not right, we tolerate it. We think it's okay. So, like, I'll give you an example. You got some people who actually thought it was okay for Will to go up and slap Chris Rock. He thought people fight for that, and mostly our people thought it was the right thing to do to go do something like that.
I remember, to your point, Tim, I think I was with Anthony Bruce when this happened. I remember when Mike Tyson bit the ear of Evander Holyfield?
Yep.
I believe I was with Anthony Bruce, and we were at a mutual friend of ours' house. And I remember people cheered in the house. And I distinctly remember one of the guys calling Mike a soldier. Mike is a soldier. He is a soldier.
More like savage.
And I was like, Mike is crazy as hell. That's what I was thinking. But there are people, we've normalized our savagery. Like, we've normalized it. All of it. Like, every part of it. And now the worst of our elements are synonymous with our identity. That's who we are. Oh, that's just black people.
I mean, we embrace no snitching. That's
right.
Trash. That is trash. That's not good. But we embrace it. It's a badge of honor until it happens to us close to home. Then we want everybody to talk.
Yeah, right.
I hate what we call the victim Olympics. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like to play the victim. I'm not nobody's victim. I'm not going to be somebody's victim. I'm not going to let nobody make me a victim. So I'm not going to sit there and be the guy that's going to sit there and make excuses for bullshit. So, cuz you're in deep thought there. What's up with that? Look at cuz
he getting us ready. He's like, you got to prime the pump. Like Mississippi, you got to prime the pump.
Get the drops ready. I see it. You gonna need them, Lord.
I'm ready.
Make sure he writing that shit down. If it takes too long, he ain't gonna remember.
Yeah, you might want to get it out now, cuz
better write it down.
All time sensitive at this point.
You know what's peculiar about the when Al said about the machines that give Narcan for free. EpiPens cost so much money, and they're for people that have allergies that may not discover it until like they're too late. Maybe they're eating something, special or something, and may find out later it has some type of, shellfish or whatever in it. If they don't get that immediately, their windpipe will close up. And it's so expensive. Yet the machine that it's almost like it's $100 for an EpiPen. And you almost have to keep one in the car. For one of my friends had to keep one in the car, one in her purse, one on, in case, because she really didn't know what exactly she was allergic to. Only that all of a sudden when she just like, it's like, oh my gosh, let's, where's the EpiPen? And they don't last that long. But then you got to be cheap. Huh?
Cheap to make. They cheap.
I mean,
they charge your insurance and they charge for the common Joe.
I'm just
$500 in the value of the actual thing. I mean, the actual medicine.
But
It's
but
bad.
but
It's
but
bad.
none of that fixes the source of the problem. Like regardless of what you're saying, Mama Noise, that don't fix the problem. That don't fix the problem is you got a bunch of crackheads running around the hood or meth heads or whatever. That's the problem. How do we fix the problem? Why are we not setting up treatment centers like Tara said, if it's been federally cleared that you can add it to your insurance, why are we not getting people the help that they need?
Why spend money on getting somebody off crack when it costs you $40,000 to do that? What's the benefit to the community by paying that money to get you off? Take your tax money to get that person clean.
Okay, so let me go a little deeper in that statement. Why aren't we as Black people saying we got to fix our people?
Right. So
why aren't we saying, hey man, we got to fix our people? We got to set up. We got to come together and set up some clinics. Like, damn, a golf course. Damn, how do we set up this thing?
Keep building more athletic facilities.
I mean, I get it that you're trying to help the youth, and I understand that, and I'm even for that. But but some of us gonna have to take some of that money and fix some other stuff.
Well,
I don't know.
That's the dilemma.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. So that's the dilemma we're in. Where do you want to put your money as a community?
I think getting some of these churches involved.
Oh,
a lot of them. I tell you this.
If
churches don't start getting more involved,
hush, Kyrie.
I'm taking your tax exempt credit from you. I'm taking it.
Woo! What you said?
The only church that will show up is Al's church.
Let me do that. I bet you'll see a change. I bet you'll see
make that change.
Only church that would show up was Al's church. Everybody else would find a way to skate the rules. They would lobby for a 501c3 tax exemption adjustment, so they wouldn't have to do it before they actually commit to doing it. Al's church be the only one out there with a 18-wheeler trying to figure out how they can help folks.
But I think what Tara said is correct. Is that our culture? First of all, we got to get over that okay, mental health is just, oh, that person, he crazy, or whatever. That you can get help having mental health. So if we can get past that, whatever happens in this house stays in this house, and actually get the help we need, get over that hurdle. Then we can see, well, just because somebody's on crack or on some type of drugs or whatever, we can see that it's possible for that person to be, get the help they need to get off of that. We don't see a lot of recovery. When I moved here, all I saw was a bunch of, since Tim brought that up, there was a lot of churches that had recovery ministries. And I was like, I never heard that before in my life. I didn't know what recovery meant. It's like, recover from what? They had drug recovery, divorce recovery from all these different things. And I'm going, wow, I never heard that. Never heard anything like that where I'm from. Not in the Black church.
Sean said, but we may be throwing money down a hole, basically. Trying to save a person that don't want to be saved because drug rehabs are a revolving door. And that's true. Because by the time somebody gets on hardcore stuff like meth and crack, they are way down the road. And you got to, at that point, you got to, if I can use this word, you got to minister to the whole person. And that's expensive.
Yeah.
That's expensive because you're talking about being in a rehab facility maybe a year, possibly 2.
And that ain't cheap.
That's what I just said, Mama Noah.
I was just saying and agree.
Okay. Oh.
I tell you this, man.
But it's no more expensive than the jail system.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but the jail system is far more beneficial.
Jails make money. Prisons
Right.
make money.
Jail system is not beneficial. What's beneficial about the jail
It's
system?
beneficial to the people that's making money for it.
The people's making money for it, but
Right.
the amount of money it takes for your drugs is around the same amount of money it takes to keep somebody sitting in the prison for 20 years.
Well, I know Cuz is amped up and ready to go because he went and got a drink. So he's really ready. At this point, he's ready. So go ahead.
There's money to be made off the prisoners.
We drinking today?
I ain't say he got a drink. I'm saying he got something to drink.
I don't want to hear it.
I'm just drinking sweet tea.
Yeah, there's money to be made off of prisoners. That's why they keep building more. So they don't mind sending them to prison. They don't mind doing that.
How long before the drug dealer empties out the vending machines and starts selling the Narcan?
Oh, wow.
Why would he? Why would he do that?
Because he can make more money.
Return business.
He can make more money.
But it's like this. Why would a drug dealer need that?
He doesn't. He doesn't need his customers. Hold on, Tim.
It's going to increase his business.
But you're missing the point. His customers, he don't need it. His customers need it. So if he can provide his customers the problem and the solution at the same time, that's a win.
I got this little baggie of good for 20, and I'll give you this Narcan for 10.
No. You don't
have
have to
made an extra $10 profit.
Look. Let that stay where it is. Let that stay where, because if they find out the drug dealers are getting it, you don't think they're gonna cut that shit off?
No.
Because they don't.
You know why I know that?
I think they would.
They know,
you know why I know
they
this?
know good and darn well that 75 to 8% of the drugs in these streets is now laced with fentanyl.
That's right.
And just touching fentanyl can lead to death.
Mm-hmm.
How did we get fentanyl? How did we get fentanyl?
Where's it come from?
Somebody making that in their house? Like, where is fentanyl coming from?
Is that cooked up?
It just magically appeared in Park Hill?
Is that like cooking up the kitchen like a stir fry? Is that the same thing?
Are they even using crack anymore? I thought they were straight just popping pills.
But that's what I'm saying.
Is that what it is?
That's what I'm saying. How are we getting all of these high deserving? But that's my point. How are we getting all of this stuff? Like, who's shopping at the fentanyl store and bringing it back to the hood? Like, man, look what I found. No, nobody in our hood is doing that. Somehow that's been we're being flooded with in every hood in America with fentanyl, and daily people are dying.
Oh yeah, the people that thought they was just getting a simple high found out that there was something added to it. Like, remember all those comedians?
No, Mama Noise. They're not finding out anything because they're dying.
Well, I mean, they didn't know before they took it that it had fentanyl.
Exactly.
But what's even scarier is on the news today, they said up in, I can't remember what state it was, but they said somebody is really dark, that they took a bunch of $1 bills, they folded them up, into like little, looking like origami. They folded them up and put fentanyl on them and like threw them around. Like, for just anybody to pick it up. So then they can get a contact from the fentanyl. They said, come on, man. And it's just $1.
Right, but we got to stop because there's no way Cuz gonna remember all the stuff he got to say if we just keep going. It is a wrap if that shit's gone. I'm just let the man in. Let the man in real quick, or it's not gonna happen. Go ahead, Cuz. I'm sorry.
I would say that drugs is not only destroying Black lives, it's also destroying white lives. You can go to rural America all over this country.
I said poor whites.
And as I travel through the Tennessees and the West Virginias and and the Kentuckys and the and the Ohio, just keep going. Their teeth is as bad as any crackhead on the side of the street, because they have destroyed their lives with those drugs. So even though I believe it may disproportionately affect us, drugs is not our problem. if we ever focus, now I don't mean that there shouldn't be intervention. I don't mean that there shouldn't be groups that try to help us with our drug addictions. But if we ever focus as a people on drugs, money, whatever else you want to name, if we don't focus on our family unit, the structure, then we're fighting the wrong battle. The reason why we get on the drugs, the reason why we put up with, like Tim said, the stupid shit that we put up with, is because we don't know who we are. We are not informed of who we are. And you get your identity from your home. If you get it from anywhere else, that's a problem. Because people outside of your home are going to tell you something different than what it should be. Now, that's a general rule. So until we get our identity, we're going to continue to fall for the okie doke and fall for whatever they give us or tell us who we are. We must learn our identity. We must learn that we are valued. We must learn to not, as Tim said, I will never be a victim. I'm not a victim because I'm a victor. I'm somebody. And until we get that in our system, as a people, we're going to continue to tumble.
I don't disagree with any of that. The challenge I'm having today is I don't know how to get that message out anymore.
One family at a time.
You keep saying that, but my God, your method is so slow.
Listen, it's an uphill battle trying to, like my co-pastor said, you spend all that money to get that joker off of crack. Guess what he gonna do? Go back to crack. Why? Because he doesn't know who he is.
Then I agree with Tyler. Sometimes the message in his home is wrong. Like
I said, it's a general rule. It's a general rule.
Right.
There could be toxic behavior in the home. I don't disagree with that. But as a general rule, you need to have parents loving their kids and teaching their kids who they are. That's our answer.
I kind of agree with him. In order to better our community or make our community better, you got to have the nuclear family. You have to.
Gotta have it.
Because as long as you have that, the more nuclear families, the better our community can be.
The better
and hopefully they have some type of standards and some morals about them to teach and share with their kids and to pass it on. Now, we know everybody's not for the nuclear family. We understand that.
Right.
But if we could get majority, how much difference we could be. You remember back in the 30s, the 40s, 50s, man, the blacks used to be the most highest married people in the world. Now we one of the lowest.
We were a very conservative, family-oriented people. We really.
So let me ask a question, because I like what Anthony Bruce said, and I like what Tar is saying. What is a family today? What is more, or even more specific, what is a healthy family today?
A husband and a wife.
Just any husband, any wife?
That's where it starts.
I mean,
of course, you got to make kids, make babies, of course.
Right.
We're back to yesterday's show. You can have two mamas if you want to. You can have two daddies, but
is a husband and a wife the standard by which we should be building the black family?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Y'all ready for this show today?
Because right now, man, they
100%.
Black men heterosexual black men are extinct.
Yeah, that's the problem.
We becoming extinct. It's rare.
Did you say the heterosexual black man is becoming extinct?
Yes.
That's the problem.
Because they trying to feminize us so much. Man, it's
y'all
sad.
willing to use the word extinct?
You don't think that they are destroying the black male?
I didn't say that. I said extinct. The word
They are. When I say they are
about,
becoming extinct, they are becoming. We are becoming extinct. I can't say they like I'm not one.
You were talking about systems. You were talking about systems in place earlier.
Yes.
I am.
That's a systematic thing that's happening, and we are sitting back and allowing it to happen. I allow it to happen when I fall prey to what the trap they're setting for me.
But they are not trapping you to be female or have female traits.
But it's all. But if you
how they trapping you?
But what they advertise, what they publicize, what they share, what they promote.
Yeah, but that's not. I can't say that visual of
But
that.
it's a psychological thing, brother.
Making somebody say, "I'm no longer going to be."
Hey, you remember how they did it in Germany with the Nazis?
I don't think
propaganda.
But Nazi, it was racism that was already built into them. So if we're saying that people are visually seeing there's no more masculine man, it means psychologically they've always been that feminine person.
Hold on, before we get too deep into that, because I think those are two separate issues. Because I want to address what you guys are saying and what Tara just said. Because she said you can't make a man gay, you can't make a woman lesbian. I don't think that's the trick. I don't think the trick is just that men are being made, if I can use the air quotes, to be effeminate. I think men are being made to be devalued.
I would agree with that.
I don't need him.
I would agree with that 100%.
That's been going on for a long time, but
it's but I would say at this point,
I think it's going even further than that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. At this point, I think it's at a fever pitch because in all aspects of our society, we're being told not only does that man not matter, but the totality of the gender itself doesn't matter because we're all equal. We can all do the same things. We can and that new definition of what is equality is eroding what is the reality that makes us different and what makes us masculine or what makes us feminine. So now we're redefining equality. We're redefining gender and gender identities and gender roles. So now we're just out here with nothing. It doesn't matter.
Well, let me say this. This is why I say this, because now our young babies, now they coming out where they don't want you to call them a sex. Let them decide what they want to be. Let them decide whether they want to identify as. What is that?
It doesn't even make sense.
But they pushing that on us. They pushing the laws on us for that to happen.
But that's not a black thing though. They're pushing.
Well, no, it's not a black thing.
Right.
But it seems like it's more prevalent in our community now.
I was just going to say it's not overtly a black thing, but it is something that is it. Listen, where it hits our community is because if you're already a confused and lost and identity-less community, that ain't gonna make it any better.
So also, our community is more acceptable. We accept things a lot faster than other communities,
and that's what I said.
We're more compassionate about acceptance.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We accept anything. It's trash. Right. We accept trash. Because come on over here. We'll take you in. Oh, the white people don't want you. That's okay. Come on over here with us. Because our doors is open.
Because we don't know who we are. We will accept whatever. Quicker.
What she say? We don't accept gays and lesbians. Yes, we do.
Listen, the reason why these issues.
That's why your church director is
hold on,
a gay man.
Hold on, Tim. Kevin went out. Calm down.
The reason why these issues don't affect the Asian community as much is because they know who they are. They're taught who they are from childhood. They're proud of who they are. They're proud of their culture. They're proud of where they come from, and they're proud of their struggle. We're the only ones running from everything that has anything to do with our history.
But we're proud of our struggle, though. We're proud of our struggle. We told our struggle gets a badge of honor.
We live in it.
Well,
we act like we can't ever get out of
it. But that's different, though. We don't really wear it as a badge of honor. We wear it as a badge of depression and downtroddenness and
we stay in
brokenness. Yeah. We're not lifting ourselves up with it. I can see where I come from, and I can say, you know what? Because I come from that, one of the things that amazed me as we travel around the country, my daughter and I, we went to New Orleans, to Louisiana, actually, outside of New Orleans. And along the Mississippi River there's a big berm to stop the river from flooding over into the communities. But along the river, going north from southern Louisiana back north, there are communities along the way. And a lot of the slave plantations were on that bank, on that side of the river, where the slaves would do all the work and then they would take the product to the Mississippi River and load it up, the cotton or whatever, and take it up the river or down the river, what have you. So a lot of communities are still where those plantations are. Those plantations are there as tourist attractions now. So here I have my shack, if you will, where Black people suffered during slavery. This is real shit now. This ain't us reading about it in the 6th grade or the 10th grade or whatever. This is real shit. I have my community right there where one of the major plantations was in Louisiana. And I can't look at that every day and find motivation to do better. I'm stuck. And as we ride down through there, it's like the ghetto, ghetto, is right beside where slaves suffered.
Right.
If that don't motivate you, what the hell will?
But is it that it doesn't motivate you, or is it that I understand what you're saying, and on some measure, I think I agree with it. My challenge is that
we don't use what we're going through to lift ourselves up.
We should. In theory, right. In theory, you are 1,000% correct. We should use. Well, let me speak more specifically. I used what I was taught that we went through as a motivation to try to do better. The challenge of that is, I feel like people that we are the exception and not necessarily the rule, or we're being fed the rule and not the exceptions. Does that make sense? In other words, the images that we see are more in alignment with what is consistently negative than what is consistently uplifting.
Yeah, that's trash.
I don't.
I'm gonna have to look that up, my brother. Y'all keep talking amongst yourselves.
You know what amazes me? I don't know. Is her name Tara State right?
Tara. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Tara.
This ain't the 60s to the 70s no more. Not even the 80s. 2022, everybody coming out. Ain't nobody in the closet no goddamn more. So to sit there and say he better not tell nobody he's gay, hell no. Your pastor might be.
Some pastors are gay.
He dipping and diving.
Some pastors.
I mean, you know, we gotta stop. Let me tell you this: it ain't going no goddamn where. It ain't going nowhere. You're not gonna put the genie back in the bottle. You're not. It's out there. You done voted one in. State representative one. It's part of the White House administration. You got one there. It's her. It ain't going no goddamn where. So we got to accept it and move on. How you going to think about it? How you maneuver?
Do we believe that there are... Wow. We've always known, all of us here are in our late 40s and 50s. We've always known that there were gay people in our community around us, whether it was church, school, whatever, neighborhood. We knew who was gay and who wasn't gay. But does it feel like now that there are more gay people now than there were back then? I'm asking.
Yeah.
I'm asking a question. I'm not saying that there is or not. I'm just, are there more gay people now?
And the scary thing about it, they're younger.
I don't know if it feels like there's more.
They're younger.
I just feel like we know more. If that makes sense. Like we see it more. It's way louder than it ever has been.
It's shown more than it's
You
couldn't see it on TV. It was taboo to be on TV.
Yeah,
it was taboo to be in the radio. It was taboo to be at church. It was taboo to be at the movie theaters. Do
you think you had these young kids like they are now claiming and professing that they're gay?
No, because they couldn't, when they was younger, they couldn't show it. They had to hide it. Now they don't have to hide anymore. When they was young, you couldn't have a young kid come out and say that. He'd got bullied. They'd have got so much from the other kids that they couldn't do it, so they kept it hidden. It stayed hidden. Now I can turn the TV on and it's right there. So why do I gotta hide it?
It is what it is.
Yeah.
They got a whole show on Stars, P Valley.
So like you said, Lloyd, it's more visual now than it's.
Is that what that's about?
No.
There
is a prominent person on the show that is.
Yeah.
He's I don't know what, the head man of the strip club or something.
Right.
So there probably aren't any more gay people. There are just more gay people. They're louder about their gayness.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. Because it's always been there. It's always been here. Like Tim said, it's always been. It's not going away. It's been here as long as man been on this earth.
Okay.
It's been around.
Can we acknowledge this? And maybe not. I don't know. That's the wrong thing to say. A lot of people try different things at a young age. And girls are generally more inclined, but sometimes guys, they might try something until they become old and they realize that wasn't who I was.
What you saying, cuz? What you saying, cuz?
No, it's true.
You think they just trying to suck a eggplant?
Human beings are more curious than what you are believing. Some people will try.
Lord, help us all.
That's always happened, though. That's always happened. Women do it a lot more than men do, generally speaking. They are more secure in it. Men won't talk about it as much.
Mm-hmm.
But it's easy for a woman to have a girlfriend when she's in college for a little bit, and then she move on. Y'all looking strange like that don't happen, but it does happen.
No, I'm not looking at you.
Well, and let me say this. I one of the things that I think we have to be able to do in these conversations is though it may hit us in sensitive places, we have to be able to help. The only way to help one another in our understanding is to keep talking about it. Right. So we got to talk about it. There's no other forums to talk about it, and there's nobody advocating for either side. So how do we anybody grow if we can't have conversations about it?
And the thing, I don't mind having conversations about it because I have a lot of in my family, however you want to say it. So I've seen it on both sides. So I've seen the good, I've seen the bad, I've seen the struggle they went through. So, you know what I'm saying, but I still like to talk about it because you want to know more. You want to know why. Well, not even know why. You want to talk because you want to see their side. You want to hear their side. You can't just have one side of the story and everybody always gonna believe that one side of the story. So you have to talk about it just to get the knowledge that you need to have in order for us to survive.
And I don't want to bury the lead of what we were talking about because the reality of it is how this conversation unfolded is that we were talking about what is a family, and is a family are we calling still today in 2022 a healthy family a man and a woman, especially in Black America? Are we still calling that a healthy family? Because if we are, my point of view in bringing that up was that if we are calling that a healthy family, then how do we get back to that? Or are we going to have to change the definitions of what a healthy family is to meet societal shifts that we've allowed to happen? Is there so much that has happened in society and shifted in society that we can't bring that definition as the definition of the community? And should we make it the definition of the community? That's what I'm asking.
You know, Lloyd, the amazing thing is that the alphabet community has been able to do things to get laws and to get things changed in their favor. The Asian community have been able to do things to get things done for their community. Matter of fact, the feminist movement has done things and made laws and have some changes to get things done in their favor, but has nothing we have done to Black people, done nothing to get done in our favor. Every time we try to get something done, they always got to put another group on top of us to add them on, and it's not just benefiting us. That's sad, and it's just unfortunate. We get shitted on.
What do you think? What do you think? That's a good question. Did Tara lead the conversation?
Maybe.
Okay. That makes no sense because he has a right to his opinion just like she has a right to hers. So why get upset? But anyway.
You muted out. You muted out.
Before you move too far away from that point, if Tara, if you still got an ear out, I beg and plead for you to come back into the conversation because we need to have these conversations.
Right.
And I think this is almost exemplary of where we are as a community. Just because we don't agree don't mean we're enemies.
Right.
But we need to have these conversations. So if you out there, this is from me.
Yeah.
I sincerely to beg you to come
I
back to the
co-sign that as
table
well.
and join the conversation.
Because here's the reality. I asked the question understanding exactly where we are societally. The truth is, we're so far down the road that I don't know if we can have or
we can have the
I don't know how you say that anymore. That a healthy family is a man and a woman, husband and wife. That's what listen. For me, for my house, I will say that. And that goes back to something Cousins tells us all the time. You got to start one house at a time. So for my house, I will say that. But when my kids look out societally, they're going to see a plethora of options. And I don't know what those options are. And what I mean by that is that kid that has two moms any more stable than the kid that has a dad and a mom?
Could be the same.
I mean, I watched the show yesterday, and y'all was talking about how it can be confusing.
I listen. From what I've seen, that has been my experiences. I've seen confusion. But there are very few healthy exceptions that I've seen. that I've seen, but I haven't seen every situation in the world. So I can't say that it's one size fits all. I'm just saying what I've seen. I've seen confusion.
Listen, we've always had options versus just a mom and a dad. We've always had other choices. For many of us, it was Big Mama. It was Big Mama and Granddaddy. It was Big Mama and Mama. It was Big Mama and aunts. It was Mama by herself.
Mm-hmm.
We've always had. It was Mama with a whole bunch of men running up and through there, talking about our uncles.
Mama and
We've
uncle.
always had options. There's never been a time where it was just mom and dad. So we've always had those different options. The problem is, we as a society need to be able to agree that it is ideal for a man that shot that nut and the woman that carried that baby to raise their child. That is optimal, because we all, except for my co-pastor, we all want to know who daddy is, want to know who mama is. And the older we get, the more that really matters. Because now I have illnesses and sicknesses and ways and shit that I need to be able to tie that to somebody. But if two women are raising me and only one of them is my mama, or neither one of them is my mama, who am I? We get our identity from our homes. But if our homes have an identity issue, well, who are we? Our home is not about the two adults. That's our problem in society. We're too freaking selfish. We think that because I want, that's what I should do. But you're raising kids.
I like how you said that.
Did I say something wrong, co-pastor?
Nah, I just like how you said it, because it's about having two healthy people in the home teaching that child how to be a healthy adult.
But raising a kid is more than just teaching. It's more than just instruction.
It's teaching, it's loving, it's structure.
It's identity.
But teaching you helps you with your identity. You can't be in a toxic family environment and expect that child is going to grow up and not be toxic as well.
You know, Mr. Tim, sitting there, nice looking gentleman. I don't know his daddy from Adam, but I bet you his daddy had a beard like that, or similar. Because his full beard ain't something anybody can do.
His auntie might have had a full beard too.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Maybe it's his uncle, but that's not something everybody can do. He inherited that ability to have a full beard. Generally, when you have a scraggly beard, generally when your hairline starts back here.
But see, because you're still going back to this. You're still going back to your identity, and trust me, I understand the identity, but it's still about raising a healthy child. Daddy could be, yes, daddy had a fucked up hairline. Daddy had a messed up beard. Daddy had a left nut bigger than his right nut.
Wait, what?
That doesn't help raise that child. If you raise an asshole, if you're an asshole raising an asshole, it's going to be an asshole.
Let me say this: a lot more of what they see done by dad and what they see done by mom is learned behavior. You can teach me till the cows come home, and I might not pick up on those lessons until much later on. But when I come home and I see my daddy treating my mama like she's somebody, that's what I'm going to do.
So you can't come home and see Becky treating Diane like a woman, and you're not going to pick up on treating Diane like a woman?
You want me to answer that question?
I'm just saying it's visual cues. I mean, I'm just going out. You saying it's visual cues is what they're saying. It's
As a
learned
man,
behavior.
I'm gonna pick up on a woman treating a woman like a woman.
You
I'm gonna think as a man, I'm supposed to do that.
You can. What's the difference?
Okay. All right. See,
Yeah,
that's the confusion.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
That's the confusion I'm talking about. That's confusing. Okay, so if I come home and I'm a boy and I see daddy treating his boyfriend or his husband, I'm not saying it makes you gay. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
that's exactly what you're saying. You said
no, I'm not. I'm saying it's confusing because
I'm gonna get a drink. I'm gonna get a drink.
I need to see male as a straight boy. I need to see male behavior towards a female. I'm a straight.
Well, no, I think okay. So, but again,
I couldn't imagine.
so let me just ask the question. Let me just ask the question that is the elephant in the room, because that's we keep dancing around it.
Dancing around it.
Are we saying that there is an unhealthiness, or dare I even say a brokenness, in that when homosexual parents are together, is that a symbol of brokenness? Is that broken parenting?
Listen, I don't want to call it broken parenting. I don't want to call it brokenness. The choices we make as adults, they have an impact on us. But when I add kids into the fold, now the choices I make as an adult is going to have an impact on the kid. You understand what I'm saying? So I have made a choice. I have made a lifestyle choice, a decision to be what I am. But when I raise kids in that same environment, now I'm having an impact on kids. Whatever my choices are, whether it's to be straight, whether it's to be a drug addict, whether it's to be a drunk, I love the hell out of my kids, but I'm a drunk. I have known uncles in my family that were great fathers, but they were straight drunks. But I'm having an impact on my kid with the decisions that I make. So I'm not saying you can't be a good, loving mother, father, but you have to understand that your actions are having an impact on that child. I say that for heterosexuals, and I say that for gay people.
So is that a good impact or a bad impact is the question.
I don't see how, as a straight boy that I was, I couldn't imagine my daddy rubbing on a man's leg and that not having some kind of a on me. I mean, I'm serious, guys. I couldn't imagine Luther Lee rubbing on some nigga's leg. That would have fucked me up.
What would it have done? You keep saying it would have. What do you mean?
It would have. I just said it. You want me to say it twice? It would have fucked me up.
But in what way would it have? Are you saying it would have turned you gay?
No, but damn, I would have been questioning myself. I would have been questioning that. I would have had a whole lot of questions.
Okay.
But are you saying Luther Lee couldn't explain that to you, where you have to make that choice for yourself? This is my choice that I made.
But I want to be like my daddy.
But doesn't mean you have to do what I do.
Idol.
So if your daddy's out here whooping women's ass, are you following after daddy?
No, but he was a hoe and I was too.
So you
did follow after daddy.
So you did follow after daddy.
He didn't whoop nobody's ass. That's my point.
But that's what I'm saying. So again, he evidently taught you something. Shit. But if daddy's out here whooping women's ass, so if daddy's out here whooping women's ass, are you going to do the same thing? No, you still have a choice as a child. You still have a choice. You can still be taught the things that you need to know.
I don't disagree with you, Ron. I promise you I don't, man. I'm just saying that life is confusing enough. God damn, why we got to make it even harder on kids now? Life is challenging, man. And now we add in, you got a straight child looking at homosexual relationships and they're trying to figure out, where do I fit in? Who am I? that's a problem for, I believe, for a young, impressionable kid. I believe that's a problem. Now, y'all might not think so, but damn it, I do.
Well, I didn't say I didn't think so. I'm just trying to bring some measure of balance to the conversation.
Looking for clarity.
Since Tarlet.
If I got a little hype, I feel like Tim.
No, you did good. You did good.
Hey, man, I don't want to chase nobody else off. I'm just stay out of that conversation.
Well,
I don't
know if you chase anybody else off. I just think they're
sorry.
I'll say this, and I think there's a level of truth to this. We are raised as black men, older black men, a certain way. And so seeing this other new thing is wildly different and uncomfortable for us.
Like
so to act like we are just okay with it all, we're not okay with it all because we don't understand any of it.
don't understand it. Right.
You know, Lord, you say that. I was riding through the West End with my daughter, picking her up. I think we was going somewhere. And I seen this gay guy walking down the street. And I expressed to her, I said, look, back in 92, 93, when I was walking down these streets, you wouldn't see that. You wouldn't see this gay guy freely just walking down the street and being comfortable walking down the street by himself.
What do you think was going to happen to him? Do you think somebody whoop his ass?
Oh, back in 92, 93? Yeah. They
might have whooped his ass?
Yeah.
I don't remember this rash of us whooping ass with gay people. Were we doing it?
He would have been harassed.
Yeah.
He would have been harassed. Okay.
Well, it depends. Was he flamboyant?
Yes.
Oh, that's the so okay.
Yes.
So I was going to add. This is kind of where
okay. So can we all admit though? Can we all admit that harassment of that gay person is toxic? Can we all admit that though?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So that's. I think that was really the point.
That's part of our trash community. We that's okay. It's okay to do that. That was trashed in.
Right.
And
that's right. And that's what I think. And see, that's what I'm saying. There's the challenge that I'm having with this whole process is that this is an area of our society that's not going anywhere. So how do we find a place of commonality? How do we find a place of peace and coexistence where we all understand what it is, but we can all coexist? You know, Eddie Murphy had a famous joke and we all laughed at it. But there was something kind of revealing in the joke. Because if y'all remember back, I think it was either Delirious or if it was maybe it was Raw. And he was talking about, gay friends are cool to hang out with. Y'all just do different shit after the match is over. You play tennis, and after the tennis is over, we say, well, I'm gonna go get a beer, and he said, well, I'm gonna go suck somebody's thing. Like, okay, well, you go, I'm gonna go get the beer. You go right, and he was it was a wildly toxic joke, but yet there was kind of a balanced truth to the joke because he ultimately was saying, I don't get down with what you're doing, but that's you doing you. I'm gonna go do what I do. You do what you do.
But a couple of weeks ago, we had a conversation on here. It was about why as a black person do I need to make Wahite feel comfortable around me?
Say that again. Why?
Why as a black person do I need to make Wahite people feel comfortable around me? Why do I need to change in order for them to feel comfortable around me? 1992, 1993, there was a ton of gay people walking in the West End. A lot of them just weren't flamboyant. Now they're flamboyant. Now we're upset because now they're making us feel uncomfortable because we can see it. So why do they have to make us feel comfortable in order for them not to walk down the street and not get harassed?
And they should not. They shouldn't have to. That's toxic behavior.
But do you see the hypocrisy in we want white. We don't want to do the things to make white people feel comfortable.
Right.
And now we're saying we don't want the ABC community to be flamboyant in order for us to be comfortable.
No, I mean we accept them. Black
We
folks
accept them
more
as
than
long
white
as they're not We'll accept them as long as they're not flamboyant.
No, we accept the flamboyant ones.
Not as much.
No,
we'll harass the shit out of the flamboyant ones.
We accept them more than white folks accept them. Matter of fact, more than any other community accepts them. Black folks accept them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we do. I don't know. It's a
tough one. I don't know. It's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. Could be right. Could be right, Tim. I don't know. I do know that they are woven into the fabric of our community. I would say that.
Very much so.
They all up in our churches.
They've been there. They've been there. They've been in the churches. They're. I mean, I don't want to say they. Like,
they said that in about 20 minutes now.
Mama Noise, where you at? You ain't made that phone call yet, Mama Noise?
Now, when I did all the talking yesterday, everybody was, Mama Noise.
Oh, Papa, will you get back in the conversation?
I like when you talk. I don't sometimes you don't hear about your hard ankles. You hear a tenderfoot every once in a while.
I wasn't here yesterday to have your back, Mama Noise. I got your back today, so speak up.
Thank you, Al. Thank you, because Mr. Noise be doing the most.
Shit, Al, yesterday she wanted to stab a nigga, so you.
Damn.
I do have my metal nail file.
I must have missed that part.
I'm just saying. I think for me, my thing is, now we have become wildly unpopular because we're saying, look, I don't care who you have sex with. I'm just saying, give my child a chance to make their decision without being influenced by your decision. Make your decision. Do what you want to do. I don't need to know what goes on in your bedroom. I don't need to know all you doing. I don't need to know that. Neither do the children. I'm just trying to figure out, why does that have to be something that, now I gotta, not that I would avoid having the conversation, but I just want my children to grow with a healthy mind first. And then, if they decide this is the direction they want to go this way, I've done my job as a parent in guiding them and helping them to make healthy choices. Yes, Mr. Joyner.
I noticed I raised my hand, so don't act like I was, I didn't talk. I just raised my hand, so appreciate that. Be nice. Shit, hell. You, Mama knows, and this is not offensive. You and I joke around, but you sound like one of them good white segregationists.
Damn.
That's the damn button and the what the hell?
She sound racist.
Why she sound racist? I don't understand. I don't understand what she said.
God damn, that was racist.
What the hell?
That's the same thing the good white people back in the South felt.
Damn.
They didn't mind us being black. They just didn't want us around them and their kids. Y'all go over there and be whatever y'all want to be and be whoever y'all want to be. Just don't put it in our face. Don't come in our face with your blackness. I know choice is different than color. I understand what you're saying. But discrimination is discrimination. Do whatever you're going to do. Just don't. I don't want my kids to see it. That was the battle for blacks to get into to segregated. To desegregate schools was because they felt like our blackness was going to rub off on their kids some kind of way.
How is that the same? That's not the same, cuz.
What she just said is.
No.
What she just said is.
No, you missed that one, bro.
Okay, can I explain it then?
You can, but it's not gonna make it any better.
What she just said is she don't mind you being homosexual.
That's not what she said. What she said was she doesn't mind whatever choice you. What she said is that she doesn't mind whatever choice you make for your life. But why do I need or my family need to be a part of that choice. That is different than you being birthed upon the earth a color. That's a whole different thing. It's not the same thing. So to lump those together is not, that's not the same fight.
Okay.
Then you call me a white woman? That's all right.
Yeah, you did call her a white woman, which was wildly wrong.
It's disgusting.
Right.
You wouldn't let me finish my thought.
We'll finish it then. Not gonna make you right, but you can finish it though. Go ahead.
What she said is she don't mind you being gay. She has no problem with that. What she doesn't want to have to do is her kids witnessing it. Her kids being exposed to it, and now she has to explain things to her kids. So in other words, those segregationists were doing segregation in the name of protecting their kids and their lifestyle. That's no different than heterosexual people trying to protect their kids from gay lifestyle, as if it's going to rub off on them. There is no difference in that.
But why does a person's sex have to be shared? Why do I need to know where you prefer the front door or the back? Why do I need to have that conversation?
Mama Noise. Front door back.
You lean up. I gotta lean back. Shit.
I'm just trying to say, if that's your preference, then handle that. But don't be trying to. Well, you gonna walk around squeezing on the next man's behind and stuff in front of me. So then I gotta be going. Well, baby, now you know they just acting out.
But Mama Noise, we as heterosexuals are not asked to hide our sexuality. We don't hide. Couples kiss all the time, hold hands. And if you ain't a black man, if you ain't touched your woman's booty in public, you ain't no black man. Because we all do it.
I don't know about that.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Just because you do that makes you a black man?
Talk about Mama Noise. You got to lean all the way back with that hand.
No, because you was calling out white organists earlier, trying to say he lick all over everything.
What?
Just because when we first started the show, you said, well, because he ain't packing because he's of a Caucasian persuasion.
We went left on that one, but okay.
Lord,
That's what you said. Well, he ain't doing nothing because he ain't packing nothing.
Mama Noise, you said in the con, did that whole deuce and a quarter left on.
Well, I'm just saying, to me, it has something to do with it, because you basically saying, well, that woman needs some real. She need
Mama Noise,
and she ain't getting it.
I don't blame you for feeling the way you feel. As the majority, most of us have felt or still feel that way. We don't want to see the gayness all up in our face. I hate to turn on the TV and see two men kissing. I'm just being honest. I hate to see it. None of us want it in our face as much as it is in our face. But that's an opinion of the majority. We have to be sympathetic to the minority. We have to be. As a people, that's the right thing to do.
So you're okay with the two women raising it?
I never said I was okay with nothing. I'm just telling
you. But it clarified what you're saying, because you're all over the place, bro. You're all over the place.
I said you don't like to see two men kissing.
One minute you say you don't like kissing, the next minute you're saying don't raise your kids. What the hell are you talking about?
You need the what the hell button.
There are certain things that
hold on, just pause for a second. What the hell? Now continue.
There are certain things that I dislike. Hell, there are certain things that all of us dislike, but we understand that we live in the land of the free, the home of the brave. And I can't push my opinion on you of what I dislike, because we're all Americans.
But that is actually what my point was from the very beginning. How do we define what we can be if we can't all agree on what we are?
Hey, Supreme Court can't agree on what a woman is.
You can't agree that a black person is a whole person.
But we still waiting on that to change.
You don't even want to make that into a law.
And here's where it all comes back to the topic. That confusion, to me, this is just my Lloyd Spencer's opinion, is the reason why you can't just say we can fix this one thing at one family at a time. Because if I don't have a guideline or a universal formula by which I'm going to raise my family, and I'm ingrained in a system that is so broken and so toxic and so confusing, what the hell am I going to tell my family?
That's why it's so important to have a man, a strong man in a home to teach his kids.
Okay, you keep saying that. What is a strong man? What is that?
Walter and Jimmy.
You act like
Who the hell is Walter and Jimmy?
You said all you need is a strong man. So get
I'm
your
just trying to understand. Because you keep saying a strong man, a strong man. Okay, what is a strong man? What is that today? In 2022, what is a strong man? How would you define it?
a strong man understands that society is trying to destroy his family. So therefore, a strong man teaches his kids who they are, and what they're going to be and how they're going to do it. He gives them the roadmap to success. He doesn't allow the outside influences, even though they all have outside influence. They go to school. They have their friends. They all have outside influences. But I must be louder than the outside influences as a man in my home.
So what would
I can't sit back and play Punk George and act like
Don't disagree. Now, what guidelines are we going to give these young brothers who are about to raise their new kids to guide them in so they'll be louder than the voices that are outside their home? What are the guidelines?
What they want.
What are the guidelines that they're going to use? That's the question.
Here's my opinion on that.
Oh, here we go.
We know for years and years, white folks have, come on, y'all, let's talk. White folks have tried to destroy black people. It was a system in place of destruction and to make us weaker mentally and physically. They broke our bodies down. They did everything they could to destroy a black people. But for the grace of God, and we made our way to church. Now y'all might not believe, I'm just saying, but that kept us.
Hush, Kyrie.
That's a fact, Kyrie. That's a fact. That church kept us. It gave us hope in the middle of assassinations and hangings, and they tried to kill us.
Right.
We must have that same determination in our homes to not allow what we know they're trying to do. We talked about it earlier. The drugs are coming into our communities. The guns are coming into our communities.
So regardless of the family dynamic, we must raise strong black children. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I believe it takes a strong black man to raise strong black boys. I believe that.
So regardless of whether it's, what about women?
I believe it takes a strong black man to teach his daughter who she is. Her mama is very nurturing, very loving, and baby, you're this and that. But she's going to look to dad eventually on how she is to interact.
So we're back where we started. That the only way to accomplish what you're alluding to, and again, I'm not saying I disagree. I'm saying I'm asking a very difficult question because it's a system. We're talking about a system that is now in place. You're saying that it takes a black man and a strong black man and a strong black woman. And if that is where we're starting, we have a real problem. Because that's not where everybody's starting.
But see, the problem with that statement to me is this. Like I said, we've always had alternatives. Big Mama raised more of us than mamas there for a time period.
Yeah.
That was normal.
Till Big Mama died off.
And the problem is, Big Mama was already tired. She didn't want to raise nobody else's kids, but Mama wasn't raising her damn kids, so Big Mama had to raise the damn kids.
That's true, too.
That wasn't optimal. That wasn't perfect for us.
But wasn't it? It was still that old African way of going. It was the family that raised the kids.
But but that's part of that trash community.
But that went away. That died out. When the family raised the kid was when we were successful.
Yes.
It's like you said, make America great again. Make blacks great again is when blacks were raising their kids as a family. And the family dynamic was not just mom, dad, It was mom, it was dad, it was uncles, it was cousin, it was big mama. When we work together to raise
It does take a village.
family.
It does take a village, but often.
But Jay, where with Big Mama, where was John Henry?
John Henry dead.
He was working. He had a heart attack last time.
No, it's the strong black man, James Evans, John Henry Evans.
He died off. They killed him off of the show.
They killed him off, Mama knows. They killed him off.
No, I'm saying, but he said it takes the strong black man. All we keep talking about is Big Mama. Big Mama didn't get them babies in there by herself. Where was the black man?
Mama knows. I said it takes a village. It's always taken a village to help raise that child.
I agree with you, Ron, but more often than not, that village was in part because the
strong black women and strong black men, because there were strong uncles.
What the village
to help raise their kid.
The village wouldn't even consider what you consider family. The village was your neighbors.
Yeah, teachers
from 2 blocks over. Back then, if they see little Lloyd acting up, your neighbor was allowed to discipline you. She was allowed to whoop your ass, send you home to your mom and daddy, and then they whoop your ass.
Right.
Now you can't say nothing to nobody's child. You better not. You got a fight on your hands. She thinks little Johnny's the perfect thing.
But y'all missing the key component to that. The key component wasn't the village. The key component was that the village was all in sync as to what our values were. Because we all believed the exact same thing.
Because we had a standard.
Right. We all live by the same standard. So now the community has changed. Now I live with my wife. She lives with her wife. He lives with his husband. Are we still going to carry the same moral compass together? Because if we don't, we can't raise the same. We're not raising the same children.
You can't.
The thing is, I don't see how it's still like-minded people working together.
I agree with the like-mindedness. We were a very religious people. Most of us come from that environment. Whether you're that now or not, most of us come from that at some point.
Like a dig. Was that a dig? Was it just
on me and you, Mama knows. There was a dig on both of us.
Most of us come from it.
Even if your mama wasn't, her mama was, or her mama was. We come from a religious background, is what I'm saying.
Right.
But I don't know if we were all on the same sheet of music the way you guys are saying, because
but no, we had a standard though.
But we had
regardless of what that standard was, we had one.
We had survival is what we actually had.
But we had the thing about we had one common enemy, and we had one standard. We knew the enemy was the white man, and we all could unite on that. Men and women, we wasn't fighting each other. We wasn't going in 2022. Men and women are fighting each other. Like we can't stand each other. Like we was talking about earlier. I'm a strong woman. I don't need no man. What I need a man for? A woman don't even value a man anymore. They don't see no value in a man like they used to. I don't need a man. I get in trouble, I call the police. If I need food, I go to the white man. Say, Mr. Government, please give me some food stamps, some health insurance, and some housing. And Mr. Charlie gonna come take care of them. What they need my black ass for? What they need my black ass for? They don't.
He gets the button. Yeah, he gets the button.
Yeah. God damn, that was racist.
Was that for Mr. Charlie or for the white man? Which one? I was waiting on.
It was all very racist.
100% accurate.
Yeah,
you get the button.
Yeah, no question about it.
He was correct in what he was saying, but something led us there. That didn't just come out the blue.
I agree with that.
It took generations.
It started in the 60s.
Huh?
The feminine movement. When the white women was having problems with their men because they wanted to work more, they want to do this, they wanted to work equal rights. They went to the black women and got them to jump on, and black women wasn't having issues like they was with the white men. Like the white women were having it with their white men. They wouldn't have the same issues.
Tim, where you from?
Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Did y'all have shotgun houses?
Yeah.
Still do.
Still got them.
Mm.
Well, I remember
What
in
was for?
shotgun houses. I never lived in one, but my mama's family did. But in shotgun houses, mom, no, don't do that, mama.
Man, are you about to take us off topic?
God damn it, listen.
Strong possibility.
Listen, in shotgun houses on Fridays and Saturday nights, it was battle royales in most neighborhoods.
It was my grandma's house.
Men were whooping women's asses.
Yeah.
So if it was not for the feminist movement, now let me say this. I'm going to say this, I mean it, and y'all can disagree, help me out. If it wasn't for the feminist movement, the black family would be completely destroyed. If women didn't step up where men set their asses down, we wouldn't have had a fighting chance.
Not true.
It's because men sat down that women had to go get education.
Not true.
What?
Not true. When Johnson gave them the opportunity of welfare, that's when the marriages, they said, look, you get more money if this man's not in the home. So women started picking a check over a man. I could get more money if he's no longer in the home.
Some of
I
them
don't know if they
I could go out and
singularly
get a
did.
job. Well, look, women was always working.
Well, hold on
Women
for a second, Tim. Hold on, I got you. Hold on. I don't think it was singularly that women just out of the blue just started choosing men checks over men. I don't think it was that simple. I think the evolution of that choice was far more complicated than that, and it was far more complicated than that because in some aspects it was not just a singular decision; it was a mutual decision. It was a family decision. Some families were struggling to such a degree that they said the only way for us to survive is if I go to Detroit or Chicago or St. Louis or even Kentucky and work in one of these factories and I send money back to you, but that money's off the books while you are collecting these stamps and this, that, and the other, and we'll just meet in the summertime. What is that?
Oh, that's me. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I got a notification. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, that's not a notification.
No, that's something else.
Oh, my neighbor's motorcycle.
Oh, it was him. Okay, yeah. And so and then they send that money back, and that's how they survive. So it's not as simplistic as just that black women were just choosing and kicking black men out the house. I don't think it was that simple. I think it was history has told us, and the books have told us, and families have told us that it was far more difficult a decision in that.
But I don't think it was the feminist movement that drove it either. Because kind of said men were sitting at home. That was one of the reason for the feminist movement. I mean, it was a lot of reason for the feminist movement, but I don't think it was black men were just sitting at home because black men were working in that era. Black men were doing everything they could to provide and bring money in for the family and try to get all that they can. So
the ones that were there, but some of them also went to war. Some of them also
went to war.
Yeah, they went to World War II, Vietnam, Korean War, that kind of thing.
And the women were left behind without
exactly
the money. I saw my grandfather's little bitty money that came from the government, and he was over there fighting and stuff like that. That was just chump change.
Right.
My grandmother had to work almost 2 jobs.
Well, that's when the 70s came on, and that's when child support came into play. Right. Because when the men wasn't there, women was getting child support. But we all know it wasn't child
support in the sense of they left. It was. We're talking about the money that was being sent back was money of an agreed upon nature because they're saying I got to help my family. That's my family.
Is that AFDC we're talking about?
Hold on, what
is going on? You are
the middle of his head is going to explode.
He
Go ahead,
is a cartoon character right now. I don't understand what is happening.
Go ahead, cuz.
Listen, I hear you ninjas talking about men left the South and went north.
They did.
That's my family's story.
Mm-hmm.
But when the men left South to go north, they set up camp and they sent for their families.
Some of them.
Most of them. They were not sending checks back for eternity for the rest of those kids. They sent for the. Why you think there's so many Negroes up north now? Because they brought their families north eventually. Now
No,
I'm telling you,
they went up there and found new families.
no, some may have, but
Two families.
a whole lot of them, my entire family, they were born in Raymond, Mississippi, but their asses live in Detroit, Michigan. They live in Chicago, Illinois. They live in Gary, Indiana. They were born in Raymond, Mississippi. Daddy moved north. Daddy set up camp, and Daddy sent for their families. That's one thing. Hold on. Yeah. I'm going to forget. When I talk about men sitting down, I'm not talking about all men sitting down, but I am talking about the cancer of impregnating women and leaving them. Women had no other choice but to educate themselves because they didn't have the resources or the help of a man. What has happened in our communities? Listen, the truth of the matter is, for many years, a lot of folks that we thought were married wasn't married.
Facts. That's true.
That's true. But that evolved to where now, and for years now it's been happening. We've been screwing and having babies, and a woman had no other choice. Yes, Tim, she may have sat on welfare for a while, but enough of our sisters have said, bump that, I'm going to school, to where now Black women are more educated than Black men. That's a fact.
That is true.
That's an evolution.
And they're more in debt.
To Black men.
And they're more in debt.
First of all, Negro, how the hell did you get from Black men sitting on their ass to, I'm going to explain this by them getting women pregnant and then leaving? How the hell did you get to that circle?
That's what I meant. When you're not being a man in her life, you're sitting on your ass. That's what I meant.
Let me ask you,
how are you supposed to know what that means?
Let me ask you this. Do you feel like the Black churches are keeping Black women single?
Uh-oh, what just happened?
Oh,
we just took a turn.
I mean, God, that took a dramatic turn.
Yes, sir, I do believe that. Yes, sir, I do believe that.
So let me. The reason I say that, a lot of these women don't feel like they need a man. They don't care. Like I said, they don't value men anymore. They don't. And you sit there and say they don't care about.
Do men value women past their pussy?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Wait a minute.
They value ladies.
Wait a minute.
Now they don't value them hoes, but they value ladies.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How did we take this left? Somehow we did one of these.
Yeah,
y'all is responsible for all of them.
Y'all drove that right off the rails.
I thought Mama Noah.
See,
it was an equal. That whole bottom section over there really.
Like, is this gonna go off topic? It wasn't him.
I was just blaming you. It was like that whole section where you are right now.
So your entire answer to both of the answer to both their statement was Black men and Black women devalued each other.
Look at that.
To the point that there's no unity in the Black community because we don't value each other.
And that's why our community's trash.
I agree with that.
We could have simply said that 5 minutes ago without the U-turn.
We came full circle.
Full
circle. Look at that.
Wow. And you know what's really sad about that is that, in my news feed on Facebook, one of the guests we had on the show on Women Wednesday, she posted on her wall talking about it sure is sad that Mother's Day folks is at Olive Garden. Father's Day folks is picking up Little Caesars pizza. And I said, not in the House of Noise. We know that we have to make and lead by example. And so we have Father's Day Appreciation Week. So every day the kids are doing something, we're doing something to let Lloyd know how much we appreciate his daily sacrifice and everything he does for this family and for this company. And for, as my husband, the father of our kids. So I it's what you allow. It's the precedent that you set. You gotta lead by example. I just can't allow it. I can't allow our kids to be thinking that their daddy is just worth a sock and a tie.
And a check. Yeah. But Mama Noise.
No, ain't nobody saying about a check.
Yeah, that's how a lot of women view as men.
Oh.
Check.
I take check. I don't want no check. I take
Tim,
cash.
you gotta heal, bro. You gotta heal.
No, I look here.
You gotta try to heal. Go
I'm
like in
good.
the corner with some candles, maybe some child days, some red wine. But
I don't even drink, man. I don't even drink, so that ain't gonna do me no good.
I'm just saying. Let the healing begin.
I look at it like this, man. Unfortunately, you'll look on TV and you won't see a commercial praising saying Father's Day coming up. What are y'all gonna get the fathers? You're not gonna see that.
Yeah. Hold on.
Ain't nobody promoting that. Nobody's advertising that.
Hold on, Tim. Tim, you missing it. Lowe's, Home Depot, I am going this. I got a whole tool set I'm working on getting for Father's Day right there.
A whole tool set.
Mama, know what? I mean, the missus said, I ain't getting that shit for your ass.
What about the pick and shovel to dig at pit for that whole haul?
Actually, I found one on sale, Al. So my son's gonna hook me up with this. He's giving me that and the brick. So,
wow.
But like you said, they going out. The restaurants are sold out. You better not.
But if we don't set an example, it will just dissipate. Where I'm gonna tell you, it's deteriorating to such a degree that that single mothers are trying to claim Father's Day.
Oh, they doing that. Let me tell you.
Talking about I'm both parents anyway, so why do I need to? The guys are saying, "Now wait a doggone minute, we don't be trying to claim Mother's Day."
Black women have been doing that for years. Going around wishing one another Happy Father's Day because you doing it by yourself.
I was at a church and this pastor told all the fathers stand up, but then he told all the mothers who out there raising kids by themselves to stand up too because you're playing both roles. That was the last day I went to that church. I was going to that church for over about 10 years, but that was the last day that I went to that church. Because when I hear shit like that burns me up. It's not for women.
You know what, Tim? It should burn you up.
That's right.
It burns me up, and it should burn Ron up and Al because we are fathers. We want to be acknowledged as fathers, and no woman can be a father, can take my place. But
that's facts.
But that comes from pain and brokenness. And we that are whole, that are good dads, have to understand where it comes from. They're broken.
Yes.
They are raising those kids by themselves, and they do resent that nigga, and in fact, they hate that nigga.
I was getting ready to say, yeah.
They gotta look at the kids that look just like that nigga and still feed them.
But that's not every man, though.
But you have to fight.
I said it's not every man because we are not a part of that. I
don't care. Let me say this. I don't care how deadbeat she is, much of a loser is. At the end of the day, you're not a father.
Yeah.
You are not a father. You will never be a father.
Say that again. I'm sorry. How much of a what now?
No matter how deadbeatish, and it's not even a word, but I just make some shit up. No matter how big of a deadbeat you are, how big of a loser he is, you will never be, that woman will never be that boy's father. You never can and never will be.
Right.
You don't know anything about being a man. You have no idea. I don't care how many books you read.
You can be a single parent all you want to, but you're not a father.
You never.
You can be a single dad
tell a boy how to be a
but
man.
you're not a mother.
But we still have to understand their hearts because they are the ones that had to teach the boy how to throw the football. They are the ones that had to take the boy to basketball practice. They are the ones that had to, teach him how to stand up to pee.
How's the woman gonna teach a man how to stand up to pee, man?
With some Cheerios they put in the toilet.
Stand up to pee.
They had
not
to.
going to teach him how to stand up to pee.
They had no other choice.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
What's the ulterior motive? The alternative. What is the alternative? Teach him to sit down the whole time?
That's all you showing him.
Not like you got nothing to whip out, but you saying, sir, son.
So how are you going to teach him? You going to hold it for him?
Well, how do you think young boys without a dad learn how to stand up and pee?
That's right. Right, Kyrie?
Mamas and dad. Mamas are showing.
My mother didn't tell me how to pee.
They
I had a grandfather.
They turn you towards the toilet. They hold you by your arms and stand you up to let you pee. They tell you to hold
but I had a father
and they
figure.
do it. I had a father figure that showed me. I had a father figure that showed me.
It was another man. A woman can't teach me that.
Yes, she can.
Yes, she can. I've seen
doing it.
They show it. But again,
I'm explaining to you again. There's intriguable things. A woman can't teach me how to wipe my ass. A woman wipes her ass differently from a man than a woman. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
The direction y'all wipe your ass is different from mine.
I don't think I've ever watched to determine if I have a different method.
You wipe away from it. I'm talking about your vagina.
Go
okay,
I'm
with you.
Go off camera, Mama Noise.
I'm sitting there going, what are we talking about here?
I'm just saying. There's things you can't teach. She can't teach that boy that. What's going to happen when that boy deals with a wet dream? He's waking up with constant hard-ons. What is she going to teach that boy? Oh, that's nasty. Get it.
That's right.
I appreciate.
It takes a man to go and tell that man how to deal with shit like that.
I appreciate your
woman can't do that.
I appreciate your heart and what you're saying, but
you think a woman gonna teach you how to deal with a hard-on, stiff wood in the morning?
But the reason why women have felt that they are both mama and dad is because they had to do exactly what you're saying.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can, Tim. I'm watching my sister-in-law.
We have to agree to disagree, and that's okay.
I'm watching my sister-in-law right now teach her little son how to pee in the toilet. I'm watching her do it right now. You can teach them. Now,
she's also. Let me tell you what else she's going to do. She's also going to teach that boy how to act overly emotional and deal with issues like a woman. That's what she's going to teach him. She's going to teach him how to.
Tim,
I promise you. Listen to me. The way women deal with issues compared to a man deals with issues is totally different. We're more logical. Women are more emotional. But if you keep teaching a child every day, they get emotional about everything. Guess what that child's going to be? An overly emotional boy.
But I can't sync that with taking a piss. That's totally different.
I'll give you example.
You know what, Tim? You are correct. I'm not disagreeing with you on the fact that the man is needed to teach his boy. But a lot of women have male friends for that very reason.
Yeah, they call me in just for those special things.
Listen to me. That's what I'm talking about. A male influence. That needs to be. And that could be the case. But it was a man. It was that testosterone.
The point is,
it wasn't just estrogen.
It wasn't the
trying
daddy.
to teach him how to be a boy. She can't do it.
But it wasn't the daddy. That's the point of.
We accept that. That's why they call stepdaddies. You got stepdaddies, right? It happens.
That's the point of her.
You got your brother, which is your son's uncle. It happens. You have your grandfather, which is her daddy. It happens. But there's a male influence in a life. There's a man teaching him how to be a man.
I don't disagree. My point is, the point of this discussion was we have to understand their hearts. They are the only ones raising that kid. There is no daddy in the kid's life. I have to go ahead and find a friend.
There's a dad. He's around. We just don't. We may not know his status, but he is there because she didn't make that baby by herself.
No, he ain't there.
Just because he's not present doesn't mean he's not around.
He dropped a nut off.
What happened? What did I come back into?
I mean, come on, let's be real. Tim.
Good.
Come on, Tim.
I'm being real.
Al, how did you make it?
Even if he just dropped it off, he's there. Now,
it still comes around to the same thing. What? They're still devaluing having that man in the house. The man is still devaluing. The best way for a woman to piss that man off who is not there is to say she's the father and the mother. That you say that to hurt the son of a bitch that's no longer there, regardless of how you want to look at how you want to see it.
Because she is hurt.
She's hurt.
He's like, how he gonna leave me to raise these kids and take care of everything all by myself?
But we also got to look at why did the man leave? See, people just assume he left because he's an asshole or a deadbeat. What if she's an asshole? What if she's unbearable?
That's true.
What does that have to do with raising your kids?
I was getting ready to say.
It has nothing. But you know, some women play games with kids. They use kids as pawns.
Yes,
I agree. But what does that have to do with you? I agree, but what does that have to do with you raising your kid?
Nothing at all. But if she playing the game of not letting me see my kid, no, you can't see your child. No.
Let me just tell you, as a child of my mama being divorced or whatever, man, whenever my father got paid, it was my stepfather. It was like that individual used to run around. We just try to find him, and it would be like, you know, oh, he getting paid today, then he leave early and all that type of stuff, and didn't come to the house and try to, you know, didn't show up for nothing or whatever to make us think that basically he's just the money. You understand what I'm saying? Because he didn't come through and say, y'all need anything, y'all this, y'all that. Oh, okay, well, since he don't want to come through and help with nothing financially, he get paid on Fridays. So then we go over, Daddy, Daddy, we need some shoes. Daddy, we need some clothes. Daddy, and it's like this dude would be playing cat and mouse. You can't find him. You're like, it's not always that just,
But again, we're still saying the same thing.
And that story she just told is a whole lot of black kids' story back in the day. Where you had to go find daddy on Friday night to get some money from daddy to take back home.
But see, and that's what I don't like. We always assume daddy was no damn good. That's why he's no longer in the house. That's not that was always it. There's some toxic women out here. And these women lie. They tell these stories. I seen a story on Leon Fix My Life, where this woman sit there and lied on this man and said they sexually assaulted his daughters to the point where he couldn't be in the child's life, but she lied and had them kids thinking that to the point they was telling the story. Come to find out, it was all a lie, just to keep them away from the kids.
You got to take a lie detector to prove it.
You have individuals who do stuff like that. So, just because your mama sit there and say, yeah, your daddy wasn't no good, don't mean he wasn't no good.
I don't know if some of it wasn't just taking her word for it. You just seen it. You sitting there going, why do we have to chase his brother? Don't he know where we live at? Don't he know where I go to school? Don't he know, does he come around? Does he talk to me?
I agree with you. But we also got to look at the other side. There are some cases. Because most people believe, since he left, he ain't no damn good because he didn't stay with her. No, maybe that heifer was crazy. And for my own peace of mind, I had to get the hell away from her, else I'm a killer.
Well, for my own peace of mind, maybe that nigga just didn't want to stay. Maybe he wanted to go get some. I
understand. We understand most of the cases are like that, cuz. But we also got to look at. There's a possibility that the woman may be crazy. There's a possibility
that the woman may not be shit. Dudes are so attracted to the crazy. They be trying to act like, I don't want nobody crazy. But that's the chick you're attracted to. That's the one that's got the good. And that's the one that you saying, but she got the good. So I'll put up with the crazy. Something about the crazy girls are sexy. Okay, well, now you got a child by the crazy. And then you saying, okay, maybe she's crazy.
Before I deal with a crazy chick.
But the child ain't got nothing to do with crazy because crazy didn't have nothing to do with you getting the good.
You know what's scary about this conversation?
What?
Is that it's so real.
It is real.
And so honest and authentic that we understand. If you've heard this entire conversation from start to finish, now it just kind of makes sense why we can't get to a foundational agreement as to how we heal the broken places, because we're all over the place. It's so many broken areas and it's wrapped up in a broken system that we got a lot of work to do, and the unwillingness for us to do the work that it takes is at the core of the problem of fixing it all. And so we're in this endless cycle of confusion and frustration, and it's a mess.
I think it's an endless cycle of blame versus dealing with the problem.
Oh Lord,
it's a simple fix. It's all about knowing your value and fixing your value. It's literally that simple. But we
should be, but it's not.
We always want to make things harder than what it really needs to be.
What are you doing with your finger? What is this finger?
Oh my gosh.
I want to help out the young brothers. You say, what would you say to the young brothers?
Okay.
And nigga, if you say stay, we're gonna hang up on you.
I want to help out the young brothers. I want to help out the young brothers. Can I help out the young brothers? Can I help out the young brothers? Niggas, don't waste your time trying to find a non-crazy woman. Don't waste your time doing that. Because you're going to be searching forever trying to find the perfect wife. She don't exist.
So should you tell the women don't search your entire life to find the perfect man?
It's just how much craziness you're willing to put up with. But the bottom line is they all fucking crazy.
Pastor gonna say, wait on the Lord to bring your man.
Oh my gosh.
And a lot of black women single because of it.
And Pastor full of shit too.
He say he want all their women to him.
Okay, so can we,
I agree with you, Tim.
so wait a minute, because if we can't go to the church and we can't go to each other, and we
Where are we
where
supposed to go?
that's all I'm asking, man. Where,
Come to Slide In Missionary Baptist Church.
Nope.
ladies and gentlemen, that's our time for today.
I'm just
we
saying,
have,
and there go the pastors at the bottom.
tomorrow we have the 5 where we game 6 is Thursday, and we're gonna be talking about that and also talking about other stuff in the world of sports. A lot in the world of sports going on right now.
Hey Lloyd, who's next to Kaplan on that picture at the bottom?
Y'all got Montrezl Harrell on the agenda?
Montrezl Harrell is on the agenda for tomorrow, as well as more depth on Thursday morning. If you want to jump up and leave in the ACC.
Montrezl didn't do nothing to nobody.
Well, I mean, 3 pounds of weed, bro. You know, you can't have 3 pounds of weed.
That's a street
Not
value,
weed.
about $5,000.
That was for his glaucoma.
Well, that nigga must can't see. He must be Stevie Wonder blind. That's a lot of weed.
If
He had a
3
40-day
pounds, he
weekend,
blind.
and he wanted to keep driving 2 and 3 times, go pick everything
That's
up.
right,
so
he
he
was
got
stocking
his own
I
up.
figure out why he was in Richmond, Kentucky, though.
Exactly.
I heard they got good weed down there. That's the rumor.
Pipeline, baby, pipeline.
Because isn't that where your boy got busted when he was there?
Well, I'll tell you exactly why.
Kevin Ware?
And I'm not giving you inside information, but doesn't it make sense that the new Buc-ee's is there, that all the trucks and shipments go through Richmond, Kentucky?
Wow.
Hey, look, let me tell you this. My governor, Andy Beshear, gonna get weed legalized here shortly. Weed and gambling. We'll be fine.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think he's gonna legalize 3 pounds.
3 pounds is a lot. That's a lot of weed.
That's a lot.
But if they
He had a prescription for that.
If you don't worry.
Y'all remember them ground beef?
They got them vid cards. They gonna have them weed cards.
Y'all remember them ground beef logs? They got a ground beef log with the weed.
Yeah.
Plus, he had a vacuum seal too.
Vacuum
boy.
seal. So it was a lot.
Yeah.
That sounds professional.
You imagine how light weed is to have 3 pounds, probably.
Yeah, that's a lot of weed, man.
Half his trunk.
All right, people. We thank you, Tim, for coming through, and of course the crew, everybody coming through. We hope everybody. Please don't be offended when you listen to this show. We're not trying to offend anybody.
Yeah.
What we are trying to do is have a really important conversation, and it has varying opinions and very nuanced. And some of these opinions you are not going to agree with, and you may even be pissed at. I get it. Unless we let everybody at the table, we can't have a real conversation.
Which is the problem with a lot of black community.
So I get it. But until then, y'all know what it is. We'll be back on Thursday. This crew will be back on Thursday.
Yep.
Doing it all over again, talking noise. We hope y'all have a wonderful evening. God bless you.
We're talking noise.